This is not your mother's Mahabharata. Beware. It's fucking epic. Hosted by SP Jayaraj.
Welcome everyone to Not Your Mother's Mahabharata. Ow. I am your storyteller and host, Satish Jayaraj. With me, as always, we'll get to the owl person soon. But before that, I don't want to imitate the laugh, but it wouldn't go well. With me is my wife, who you can hear right now, Azure Anderson.
Hello, everyone. It's Azure. Hi.
You say it like
that was me laughing.
Okay.
In case you were wondering.
Yeah, it's like they're not going to respond.
Yes, they will.
They will.
I hear them through the computer.
I feel like this is an episode that will bring some responses. So we will see of some sort.
We'll bring some of the what?
Some good responses.
Responses.
Yes.
Oh, I hope so. Oh my gosh,
we
I'm
will
so
aim
excited
to
for
elicit verbal responses.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Verbal or little text messages, anything.
We'll
take it.
Yes.
We'll take it all.
We'll take
I'm
everything.
excited for this story. You have amped us up for it.
I have amped you up for it. I'm afraid to amp you up too much. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No.
But for different reasons.
We're
pull back my expectations
we're rolling
a little
it
bit
back
now.
now. We're rolling it back.
Good.
It's going to be...
Tamped them right down.
With us today, returning, is Rhiannon and Azure.
Woo, she's back!
Woo, she returns.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
This
is
super
thrilling.
fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, as always, to have you here. This is a pinnacle story within the entire epic. So, it's one of the
Oh my
most...
god.
Okay, my expectations are back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a story that, like, even within, it's such a big, vast story, but who knows all of it. But this is one of the ones that a lot of, Indians do know.
Okay.
Yes, student, with your hand up.
Satish,
Yes.
is there any flowing tits and ass in this story?
Oh, please say yes.
That was
I
one
won't
of my
say-
favorite aspects of the first
I
story that
won't
you
say
told me.
flowing.
But are there tits and ass?
Yeah.
I can deal with a different adjective.
You're so
It's cool.
excited. Oh,
Some
boy.
sort of tits and ass will be spoken of
Yes.
during this story.
We will
Okay, let's get
remember
going.
this moment going forward.
I will remember.
Okay.
First off, let's remind ourselves. Not everyone has heard our episode 2, was it?
Episode 2.
Yeah, you were with us in episode 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And this is episode blah, 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 something.
This is episode 30. This is episode 31.
Yeah,
This is episode 32.
Wow.
No, he's just saying numbers.
Now you could use any one of them.
Oh, okay.
I
I
know,
guess.
but it's funny. This is going to be... you were right. This is episode 30.
Okay.
30.
Oh,
It's like an anniversary of sorts.
Kind of, yeah.
Cool.
We'll take it.
Yay. Okay.
When you were here last, we drank a lot of whiskey.
Well, it was the day that Sinead
know.
O'Connor died.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I needed to pour one out.
Oh, I know.
Or 6.
We poured them all out.
Yeah.
We finished that.
We sure did.
So,
And
I
we
don't
had
know.
a lot of Chinese food.
That's
as well.
true.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We had snacks and drinks. This time we're having tea.
This time we are having tea.
It's a calmer yet still tits and ass related story.
Yes, still
Great.
definitely tits and ass related story.
Okay.
Oh, you poor guys. Okay.
I'm ready.
Who are you?
Oh, I heard a ding.
Who am I?
Yes.
Oh.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that. My name is Rhiannon and I am a theater artist and a musician and a choir mama, and I make music as MamaFaerie, and also am a vocalist with a number of groups. I also am a storyteller, so I love your podcast because I love hearing the way that other people tell stories.
So you've set yourself up a little for the next question, which is, how up to date are you on the Mahabharata from when your episode to now? Where are we at?
Not remotely.
Okay.
Fabulous.
I love many podcasts, and I'm not current with one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Good. Just to know.
Yeah.
No shaming happening here.
Great. Thank you.
And as usual, it's always nice to have someone who's just not familiar. That's kind of the whole idea of our
I think
podcast.
it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
Great.
What-
Well, you're welcome.
Yep.
What do you love about being a storyteller?
I've always valued imagination above just about any other quality in myself and other people. And I've always been so curious about how other people experience the world and their mythologies, and storytelling is probably the best way to get at people's perspectives on the world, which are innumerable. And so, and maybe a little more accessible than to some people than asking them their like truth.
Right.
So anyway, that's, I guess I thought of it from more of a fictional standpoint, but storytelling can obviously be all of the above. I'm thinking about it in the context of what you're about to tell me.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, I'm just kind of eternally curious about this weird, strange, fucked up world.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, reality is crazy enough, and how everybody interprets it is so fascinating. So
Right.
storytelling, just like all possibilities are on the table,
Yeah.
and I love that.
Absolutely. All possibilities are on the table. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like everything you guys are saying is like, yes. This fits in. Let's go. Let's get this going.
Okay.
do it.
Let's catch you up. So, in the last episode you were on, you met Bhishma,
Bhishma.
right? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bhishma was the one at the time.
We decided he was like a surfer guy.
Yeah,
Right,
like
man,
the
I don't
beach,
know.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the white tips.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
that
90s.
kind of thing. 90s
Zach
white.
from Saved by the Bell.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
got it.
Exactly. With all
Sorry,
the arrows.
that's super whitewashing this whole thing.
Yes.
So sorry.
We acknowledge that, and we know that that's not true.
Yes.
However,
I'm hoping our listeners can discern the truth from fact.
when
too.
Fact from fiction in this fictional fact you will
just-
tell.
you know, when
It was a
I
point of
think
reference.
as a point of reference for when you think of a surfer surfing in, sorry, that's what I got.
Yeah.
California.
So,
Got it.
Bhishma is now an old guy.
Okay.
Because if
So
you
old.
remember, Bhishma will only die when he's ready to die.
Yes.
Right? He gave up the kingdom
Yes.
to other folks. Other folks. There were a lot of stories in between. But right now, so he is now kind of basically the grand uncle. And we have two sets of this family now. So, and this is the main characters of the Mahabharata, are the Pandavas, who are 5 Pandavas, and the Kauravas. 100 Kauravas.
It's a lot of
Their
Kauravas.
names are...
What?
No.
I'm out.
You son of a bitch. You
Okay.
only ever talk about like one or two of them.
Right, we only
The
ever
rest
talk
of them
about
don't even
one,
like
two of
have
them.
names. They're just blobs that follow everybody around.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. Sorry,
So-
the rest of the Kauravas.
No, it's two. We'll meet a couple more
Little
today.
ducks that follow behind.
Okay.
So, the Pandavas are, in some context, the heroes of the tale.
Okay.
They are the noble ones. They are the good ones. The Kauravas, and the oldest brother is Duryodhana. Duryodhana has always been so jealous and hateful of the Pandavas. He has tried to kill them at certain time, many times. He had them, like, they kind of went on the run from him for a while. What has happened recently now is that the Kauravas, so Duryodhana, they managed to split the kingdom, but they gave the Pandavas the really shitty part of the kingdom.
Rude.
Really shitty part of the kingdom.
Yeah.
So the main kingdom, or the first kingdom, is Hastinapur, which is where Duryodhana and the Kauravas are. And one thing to know is that the king of Hastinapur is the Kauravas' father, who is Dhritarashtra, who is blind king. So he is the king of Hastinapur. The Pandavas, who were given this place called Indraprastha, which sucked balls, they
Not in a good way.
were able to, not in a
Understood.
good way, yeah. They, however, built that up because they're just so good at being good and being kingly, and all the wisdom of the Vedas, all 5 of them, have done amazing things, and they built up the kingdom.
Good for them.
Once they build up the kingdom, the last thing that happened is that 5 Pandavas and 4 younger brothers went north, east, south, west, got tribute from all the kings,
Okay.
and the oldest brother, Yudhishthira, is now been proclaimed emperor of the entire everything.
Oh.
So all kings kind of have agreed that he would be their emperor.
They went around campaigning / conquering. All the brothers went north, south, east, west, and they went around conquering / asking, hey, he's going to be the emperor. Are you cool with that? If you're not cool with that, well, smash and burn. But otherwise, most people were cool with it. And then they had a big party. Are you going to do the party?
So they just had the ceremony.
Very cool.
Where it happened.
Okay.
Now, at the end of the ceremony, they have their cousin on the other side is Krishna. Krishna is in many ways, in many stories, as a kind of god on earth. Very powerful. Very much ally, friend, and just...
All-around cool guy.
All-around cool guy to the Pandavas.
Okay.
And has been kind of their guide as well. He helped them a lot with making this whole empire thing happen.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is the Pandavas, is that a last name? Or is that a class of people?
It's the name of, it's what's given to the name of the 5 brothers.
So is it their family name?
Their father's name was Pandu.
Okay.
So it's derived from his name?
It's derived from his name.
But it is an honorific that applies to all 5 of them?
Yes. Applies to all 5 of them, and kind of just to them, yeah.
So, I have 4 younger sisters, and we all have silent H's in our names, so we call each other the silent H sisters.
Okay.
Is that
Sure.
sort of that can only be applied to us?
Yeah, because I've never heard they have...
That can only be applied to them.
Yeah, because I've heard they have kids, but they're not called... No one else is called the Pandavas except these 5.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the opposite...
The other one is the Kauravas.
The Kauravas.
And I think the Kauravas, that actually might be the whole clan family name for all. They might actually all be Kauravas.
Okay.
But the way the story goes, these guys are called the 100 Kauravas. And then these guys are the 5 Pandavas.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? And so in the last couple episodes, Krishna had to leave to his own nation because there was trouble brewing over there. Krishna's someone who is also he's known as God on Earth. He's done incredible feats of magical powers. His power fluctuates depending on the story. So anyway, he is now left because he had to go to his own station. Duryodhana. We'll go back to our dear Duryodhana of the Kauravas.
Dear.
Is in a shitty fucking mood.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay? Because he's tried to kill his
should be,
Pandavas.
though.
Now they turned nothing into an empire, into a kingdom better than his. Now they turned that kingdom into an empire.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with his nation that he will inherit from his father Hastinapur. There's nothing wrong with that nation.
It's just not the best.
It's just not. He is just
It pales
jealous.
in comparison.
He has been
Jealous.
jealous of these guys since they were children.
Yeah.
Forever. He
he
just can't
first-
win over them.
First met them.
Win, air quote, win.
Yeah.
He was already ruling a kingdom, basically.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to inherit.
He's going to inherit it.
Well, now he will.
Yes.
Because originally conflicts were happening where...
Yeah.
So, but anyway. So now even though he's going to inherit it at some point, he's having a bad day. And he's just sickly with how horrified and hateful he is. He's not even eating at the moment.
He's visually looking sickly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's
he's
how-
just visually not even eating because he's so jealous.
Oh, man.
And so full of hate.
What a state to
that
be in.
these guys have done the impossible. They've done something that hasn't been done in this eon,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
So
alright.
he wants everything that they have, hates that they have it more than anything. He has an uncle on his mother's side, Shakuni. So Shakuni comes to see how he's doing. They've always been kind of close. And Duryodhana just complains to him. They've always been kind of confident, fucking Pandavas have everything. Shakuni's also always been there. These two have always been making their evil plans together. So Shakuni is the one who helped Duryodhana with all the previous schemes against the Pandavas.
Okay.
It's plotting in their bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so real villain energy.
Real
Yeah.
villain energy,
Okay.
right? And and is always known as like a sly, cunning person as well. So he's gone to like comfort Duryodhana, and Duryodhana just keeps complaining about the Pandavas and like, what the fuck, like what can we do? Should we wage war with them? And he's like, we can't. Not even the gods at this point, not even the devas in heaven would like willingly go to war with the Pandavas now. Like they would think twice. Like there's no way
They're very powerful.
we can. Yeah, so exactly, they're too powerful now. So
and they have Krishna on their side.
And they have Krishna on their side, right? So if they go to war and Krishna comes back,
They're gonna lose.
They'll lose. And so Duryodhana's like, what the fuck? So we don't do anything? And Shakuni's like, no, I didn't say that. How about this? Yudhishthira, the oldest. They're all demigods, all the 5 Pandavas. Yudhishthira's father, let's say, is justice. It's actually Dharma. It's sometimes Yama, the god of death, but that's interesting in the Hindu stories how those kind of come together. But he's always been a man who was just.
Okay.
So he believes in justice. And he believes in the justice of the universe as well. So something to note. So Shakuni says, let us set up a gambling hall. And we will play dice with Yudhishthira.
Okay.
And we will get him to gamble.
Okay.
And we will get him to gamble everything because I am a master of dice.
Okay.
Shakuni has dice that are made out of the bones of his father and sometimes his father and brothers.
Why is that?
What?
That's some crazy shit.
That's some crazy shit. It's a whole...
That's not just like having their ashes on your mantle.
No.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of time and effort and thought. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that an honor?
It's awful.
Okay, that's what I
okay.
assumed.
Shakuni, when he was a kid, and when his sister got married to the Kaurava family, so to blind Dhritarashtra, he didn't like, and the family didn't like that was happening.
Okay.
The other thing is that there was a curse on Gandhari that her first husband would die quickly, would die soon.
Okay.
And so what the family did, they married her, went off to a goat, and then slaughtered the goat.
Gross.
And so then that curse was done. They did manage to do away with that curse.
I guess that's one way to make that happen.
So your reaction...
So they ate her husband.
Once...
I hope they ate him.
Probably.
Wasteful.
So your reaction. Bhishma at some point finds out about this. After they've already gotten married. Finds out that this matriarch of the Kaurava family is a widow by goat.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And he gets fucking pissed. He imprisons Shakuni and his father and some brothers. And he can't... Now, the thing is, they're family. So he cannot kill them. But he can imprison them, give them some food, but not enough food.
For being absolute monsters. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
What they decide, they're like, if we all eat the food given to us in equal portion, we're actually all going to die. It's not going to be enough. So we will save all this food for Shakuni, the youngest of them. And then so Shakuni's the only one to survive that. And it is arranged that he makes these die from their ashes, from their remains. Shakuni is waiting for his chance to end all of the Pandavas, all the Kauravas, the entire family. Because this was grandfather Bhishma that imprisoned him. Now he's been welcomed back into the family because they think he's forgotten about it.
Forgotten about it or gotten over it?
Gotten over it.
Yeah, because he's not going to forget about that. Oh my gosh.
So that's why he was born to die. Sorry, die of bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I have heard this story before, obviously, but it is still horrible. It's just horrible.
There's one link missing for me because I still don't understand why the dice needed to be made out of the bones. Why was that? Was that to honor him, or was that because
Shakuni can, by Shakuni being a master of dice, it's magic. Black magic. Or evil magic.
So having them...
He can roll whatever he wants.
And it enhances it by having, like, dead family members in the die?
Part of the magic is that.
All right. Okay.
All right, got it
So
now.
it's part of the
and
spell
part
potion
of the
or
fact
whatever.
that this is going to be you. Like, he wants to use this to end these guys. Right? That will
So
of his father
family-
dying
That all makes sense.
is in the dice.
I think I was
Yes.
having trouble tracking the names, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I got it now. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
So his family is a part of the destruction of them
Yes.
by being in the die.
Yeah.
And there are magical properties associated. He's a magician of
Yes.
sorts.
Yes.
And there are magical propies in using a dead loved one's
Done.
Oh, for
Dice.
sure.
Yes.
as a magical implement.
Yes.
Got it. Now I understand.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Shakuni tells Duryodhana, have your father call Yudhishthira to the gambling halls, and we will take everything from them. Okay?
Wicked.
Well, we missed a little thing about the Pandavas.
Oh.
The Pandavas, all 5 Pandavas, they've tried to split these guys up. What makes one thing about the Pandavas unable to split them up, they are all married to one woman.
Neat.
Yep.
Draupadi.
They are all married to Draupadi. And they all love her very much, and she loves them very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is like our conversation this morning at work.
Polyamory, baby.
There you go.
Yeah. So, there are rules with these guys, so
It
just
always
so you know.
works.
Always. It's working with these guys.
It's working with these
They
guys.
have very strict rules.
They're very strict
and they're very
rules.
good at sticking to rules. So.
Yeah. One rule
Well,
is
there
that...
was one.
So, the rule just...
Talk about
Never
that
mind.
later.
To give
That's
you an
another-
idea, though, like, it is important. Like, one of the rules is that they can never be... When one of the brothers is with her sexually, no other brothers can see.
That's a really good rule.
It's a good rule.
It's
and
a
if
great
it does
rule.
happen, you need to go out on a
Throw
pilgrimage.
acid in your eyes.
No, you
A
have
little
to,
less severe.
Okay.
you have to go on a pilgrimage for
You have
12
to go on a pilgrimage
years.
for 12 years.
12 years, 12
Yeah.
months, 12 days, we haven't decided, but I think it's years.
And it happened.
It happened once, and they
Arjuna
had
saw
a great time.
Yudhishthira with her because that just couldn't be helped with the story.
Yep.
And
He didn't mean to,
went
but
on
he
a
had to.
pilgrimage.
That's terrible, but it seems like maybe it was an accident, and 12 years feels severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's...
Moving on.
uh-huh.
That's another story. It's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's way back. Mm-hmm. It's good.
So, so that's something to know. So, they go to the king, Blind Dhritarashtra. I call him Blind Dhritarashtra just because that way we keep track of
Right,
him.
you're not like...
Incredibly helpful.
Yeah. So he goes to the father, and the father has always been partial to his son. It's interesting because he's blind, and he has like a deadpan face a lot of the time, but he's definitely very partial to his son. And so they tell him, like, you invite Yudhishthira. If you invite Yudhishthira to the gambling halls, we were just there, we saw their massive, amazing hall. Now can you call them, see ours, and that's all you need to do. Don't get in the way of what's going to happen, but we're going to take everything away from him. If you don't do that, I'm going to kill myself. It's Duryodhana's favorite line when he's talking to his dad. And so...
That's his favorite line when talking to his dad? He says it a lot?
With all the other times when he's gotten his dad to help him out, it's like, if you don't do this for me, I'm going to kill myself. Because I don't have no other purpose.
That's
So,
Sorry to laugh at that,
a
but
lot of.
that's
yeah.
a lot.
That's a toxic relationship.
No, yeah, it's not great.
He's never going to believe him. Mm-hmm. He's just crying wolf this whole time.
He goes along with it each time.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Loves his
Because
son.
I guess, that one time that he doesn't.
This is one of those instances where when people say, "You just don't understand because you don't have kids."
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, no.
I don't get it.
No.
Then that's okay. I'll
If there was a
suspension of disbelief.
yeah, okay. We'll ask somebody that's a parent later.
Yeah.
And see what they would say about that.
We'll get some perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the perspectives we'll get, right?
Yep.
Dhritarashtra's brother Vidura, who is been more partial to the Pandavas, is asked to go get them. And Vidura's like, Dhritarashtra, bro, I don't like where this is headed. This is bad. We shouldn't be doing this.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, exactly. He's that's exactly him. He is the voice of reason. We shouldn't no. But Dhritarashtra says, you're overreacting, don't worry about it. Go get them. And so he goes. Vidura goes to Indraprastha to talk to the Pandavas and says that you have been invited to see their new gambling hall and participate in dice with them. I don't think you should go.
Well done.
No?
Well done.
Yeah. So this is the interesting thing about Yudhishthira and the different interpretations of him. Okay. So again, Yudhishthira, son of justice and the most just.
Yeah.
In some aspects of it, it's I don't have a choice. My uncle has asked me. My uncle has asked me to come. The king. I have no choice. I have to come and do this. It's no matter what he asks, I have to go and do it. Okay. On other accounts, or everything's grey. He's like, ooh, gambling hall. Ooh, dice. Ultimately, the fates will always be on our side. For we have always been noble. We have always been the Pandavas. We've always done the right thing.
Okay.
No,
I like the faces that you both are making.
I know, we're stressed. We're stressed. It's just a lot of confidence.
But that's also an alternative interpretation of him, or both being presented in this story that you're telling us right now?
It really depends on the version. So I'm going to go with
version
him.
of this specific story.
Yeah.
Oh.
As far as
options
why he agrees, because he does agree.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Why would you be telling me this story if he doesn't agree?
Yeah. Moving on to the next chapter. That was the end of it.
But he doesn't know about the dead family member die.
No, but they are obviously suspicious.
Okay.
They are suspicious that something is going on because it's them. It's Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, and this has happened. They're trying to do things before. But they've been invited, but ultimately, I'm going to go with this idea that Yudhishthira says that it'll work out.
Okay.
Whatever's going to happen is going to work out.
Very confident.
I have seen some... Now, one thing to know about the Mahabharata is that it's a story that was told in one time and continued into different ages. So I read somewhere where in the Vedic ages, this is very true, that when a king is challenged to a fight or when a king is challenged to a game, they have to say yes. Right? Okay. So it is there.
I don't want to play. I think I'm going to
not in the Vedic times.
This one out.
So
I'm just going to watch.
Yeah. No. They're going to take part.
Okay.
So they go to... Yeah, so they go to Hastinapur where they've made this whole new gambling hall. And it starts off with just simple things, Vegas type stuff. Yep, exactly. And
Rummy.
I
love rummy.
Bunko.
And then it's like, hey, come, let's gamble a little bit. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
And so Yudhishthira cautiously sits at the table, and he's a little hesitant still. He's like, I don't know about this. This doesn't seem like something we should do. We'll just gamble. What's gonna happen? There's no problem.
Like $50,000.
Yeah.
Just like
$50,000.
I mean,
he starts off with a necklace.
Oh,
okay,
that's a little bit reasonable.
So he starts. Now, mind you, they have shit tons of wealth.
I mean, they have a whole palace of jewels, right?
That's why $50,000 didn't seem like a big
Okay,
deal.
no, you're right, but
Yeah.
just that seemed like a
But a necklace feels like a more reasonable starting place.
And so Yudhishthira gambles the necklace, and it's said, and then so Duryodhana is like, Shakuni will roll for me, and at that point they're like, whoa, hold on, that's not really how it's meant to go.
Yeah.
You're meant to roll for yourself.
Yeah.
But whatever, okay, it's fine.
No,
whatever.
Yeah.
What about justice? What about what's right?
Garbage.
Uh-huh.
I would.
That's against the rules.
Throw the dice and leave the hall.
Are there no rules in this game?
There are definitely rules in this game.
Well, then that can't be one of them.
They agreed. The Pandavas, Yudhishthira is like, all right, that's fine.
Okay, well then they had a hand in their demise or whatever is coming. All right.
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
So, and there's an interesting thing that I read in many texts. I didn't say explicitly, but in many texts, whenever Shakuni rolls the die, he'll roll it and he'll say, "I have won." And I feel like from it being such a part of many texts that I read, that's part of his spell casting. That's somehow how he does it and gets them to go.
It's an incantation.
Yes, that's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but he rolls the die, and Shakuni wins.
Okay.
Does anybody blow on the die?
That is.
If Shakuni didn't
Time
roll
tested.
it, but he blew on them, what would happen?
I have no idea.
It's a really good thought.
Might not have won every time, but I feel like it would have
made a
improved the
difference,
odds.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Generally and always, Yudhishthira's rolling first. I
Okay.
guess it's because he's the guest, so he will roll first.
Sure, it's just physics.
Right? And so, Shakuni,
Politeness.
when he rolls, gets like a
Physics.
physics.
I can see your face going, just keep going. Let's just ignore that one.
It was really delightful how it rolled through you.
Rolled through.
Oh, but
Yeah, just keep going.
So,
Yes.
Shakuni rolls and he gets a couple points over. So that's how he gets the necklace. Right?
okay.
Okay.
And Yudhishthira is like, okay, let's do more.
This is fun.
And he gambles.
That's why they're there.
Yeah. And
I don't like gambling.
every time he rolls the die, Shakuni rolls. And I have won. I have won. I have won.
Oh dear.
Yudhishthira keeps upping the stakes. Because Yudhishthira, justice. Something must happen at some point. All he needs is one win. Because they up the stakes. It's like, all right, let me gamble. Because he has a ton more.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, I will gamble everything that I've lost.
Plus.
Let me get that back plus.
Oh
Right?
my god, I'm getting itchy. I don't like gambling. It's very stressful.
Let me gamble my chariots.
No. How are you gonna get home?
Is that how we got there?
How are you gonna get home?
We know where they are.
It's like
That they can go
gambling
get
the
them.
Millennium Falcon.
Exactly. You don't do it.
All right.
Fine.
I'll gamble the chariots.
Yeah.
They roll the die. Shakuni, I have won.
Obviously.
Loses the chariots. All right, let me
Those were nice chariots.
do my servants.
No.
People. I
Not
don't like
people.
I don't like this.
Oh.
Loses them.
No.
Yeah.
And the servants are like, why?
Yeah.
We don't speak their language.
We don't like them.
Literally.
Don't you know they're rigging the game? They
Yeah.
know it's rigged.
The Pandavas, the rest of the Pandavas are looking at this and like,
Dude, stop.
yeah.
Dude, it's time.
But he gambles. Man, he gambles everything. He gambles the chariots. He gambles the entire armies.
Are his brothers there too?
His brothers are there
Are
too.
watching?
Yeah.
Just in the back sweating?
Yes.
Just like
The only-
crawling all over each other? Like, why is this
Yeah.
happening? Like, you gotta stop this.
The only person the person who isn't there is actually Draupadi. So the wife Draupadi. Because
That's
Draupadi,
good. She would have stopped this shit.
she would have, assumingly so.
Yeah.
But she, she was on her period, so she didn't want to come to the gambling hall.
That is in the story?
Yeah.
I actually understand
That's
that.
amazing.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing that's on the story. Okay.
So is there any evidence that there was more magic holding the other brothers back? Or is that just a matter of decorum?
It is decorum, it is honor towards their oldest brother. They are, the oldest brother is almost like their father.
They
But
just
they
have
are
to believe in
so
what he's doing
loyal
is
to
right.
him. He is, like I said, he is the son of Dharma, the son of justice.
Sure.
And he's always been just. He may have a weakness, or maybe he knows what he's doing, but we trust in the wisdom of our older brother Yudhishthira, and even will take his faults at all times.
There is no one on the face of the planet that I would give this kind of grace to.
No.
Gambling away people?
No.
Hell no.
So
It's gonna get worse, isn't it? It's
Can't
gonna
wait.
get worse.
Can't wait for what happens.
lost.
He has lost the nation.
What?
Sure,
He has
yeah.
His
lost
new nation?
the
That was
empire.
that
Clearly
he
where that was
just
going.
got.
That he just
He
made.
just got that.
Yeah, it's been a day.
All of his brothers traveled the entirety of the other nation, all of the nations,
Yeah.
to get everyone's support,
And he
and
went,
he just gambled that shit away.
Gambled it all away. He's got an addiction, guys. He may have a problem.
Pull his ass out of there.
who?
Nobody's
I
gonna
just
do it.
established.
I know,
Yeah.
but I just need somebody.
Nobody's gonna do
I
it.
need
Nobody's
somebody
got
to
that
do
power.
it.
Nobody's got that will.
I'm
There
so
are-
upset.
But, well,
Oh,
Oh,
there's so much excitement
Where's
going
Bhishma?
on, right? Bhishma is there.
son of a
So
Bhishma.
the elders are there. Bhishma is there.
And they're like, this is cool.
So it's Bhishma and a
How
couple
exciting.
other people.
Fucking men. I'll cut that out.
You may not have to.
Okay. Oh, shit.
all right.
Bhishma is there, and then the other people who trained all of these guys are there. Drona is there. Kripa is there. Other wise
Okay.
men who have taught them all these arts. And this is all legal.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all legal.
That's
Doesn't
not a
mean it's
question.
good.
No.
No, but it's all legal.
Stupid.
So they don't... Vidura is trying to stop them. Vidura is trying to get this to stop.
okay.
How?
He's trying to talk to Dhritarashtra, blind King Dhritarashtra, to have him stop it, to have
Okay.
him intervene, because he's still the king.
Yeah.
He gambles. He's gambled everything. He's like, what do you have now? You know, like how, we know you want it back. I will gamble Sahadeva, one of the youngest brothers, the Pandavas.
What?
So it's Yudhishthira, Bhim, Arjuna, and then the two twins, Nakula and Sahadeva.
No way.
He gambles Sahadeva.
And Sahadeva's just like, motherfucker.
They largely remain silent.
Well,
Maybe you have their fingers crossed?
Oh my god.
that's helpful.
Oh no. His brother.
They gamble Sahadeva. Justice should prevail. Something should happen. He just needs to win one time, guys. Gambles.
At this point, is that true? He
No.
just needs to win one time?
Well, yeah, because it's
Yeah,
it's
'cause
Sahadeva
it's-
against everything. So either one side gets
each
Sahadeva,
bet-
or Yudhishthira gets all the kingdom, gets his entire nation and everything back.
Each bet is adding something new onto everything
Yeah.
else.
So basically now Duryodhana
Okay.
and Shakuni are like, all right, Sahadeva for everything we've won
Everything
so
else.
far. Okay?
Okay.
So he lets and so they roll the die. I have won.
Yeah, of course.
Wins Sahadeva.
So something beside the game is going to have to change.
Yeah.
Because clearly he's
the
rigged
game
this.
is.
And
Yeah.
or not rigged it, but he's using this divination whatever
yeah.
it is
Right.
with his bones of the fucking dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's gonna win every time. So
Right.
when's the lightning gonna strike? Something else has to happen here, or he just loses, or they lose the entire kingdom.
He's already lost the entire kingdom.
I know.
Oh,
but
you mean
I mean,
continuing
ultimately,
it.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
let's
getting
see.
ahead of myself.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
All right. Let me put up Nakula.
Can't wait.
I have won.
No,
Yeah.
but they're her twin.
At least they'll be in the same place.
No, it's not the twin yet. It's not the twin brother yet, though.
Oh, I
that
see.
was.
Yeah, Nakula's the other brother.
Oh, of Sahadeva.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's Sahadeva
I
and
mixed that
Nakula.
up.
So yeah, so he's lost.
Never
the two-
mind.
He's lost the two younger twins. Next is Arjuna.
Oh no.
Greatest archer, greatest warrior. Gambles Arjuna. Loses Arjuna. Next is Beam. Beam
Not
is
Beam.
Beam is like big, strong, angry, passionate. Is like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, they're all like that, but Beam is like getting really restless.
Of course.
This is insane. But now he's got nothing left now, so he gambles Beam. Loses Beam. At which point Duryodhana is fucking happy, because of all the Pandavas, Duryodhana and Beam are like big rivals. Hate
He's
each
trying
other,
to kill him a
ready
lot.
to kill each
Okay.
other.
All right.
Like, Beam was the first person Duryodhana tried to kill. Right?
A long time ago.
Vidura's like trying to talk to Dhritarashtra, like really trying to and Duryodhana interrupts him, like shouts at him, was like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, stop getting in the way of this. We're not doing anything wrong here. You know, like, what are you telling him? Are you telling him to kill me like you told him when I was a baby?" When Duryodhana was born, there were all these evil omens that happened. All these horrible evil omens that happened. And at that point, Vidura said to Dhritarashtra, "Is like, this is an omen. He's going to be evil. Kill him." And now Duryodhana brings his primal time to bring this up to shut Vidura down.
Of course he did.
What do you have left now, Yudhishthira? So Yudhishthira, like, okay, I gambled away all my brothers.
No.
I gamble myself.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That's not what I thought he was going to do.
but it's next.
Hold on to it.
Yeah, you know it's coming.
Gambles,
I've been assuming.
loses Yudhishthira. Loses himself.
Of course he does.
And they are all now slaves of the Kauravas,
Cool.
of Duryodhana.
Motherfuckers.
But they want to keep playing. He's like, "Well, what else do you have?" He's like, "I don't have anything else." And
That's an addiction.
yeah, it's clearly an addiction. Like, he's
Yeah.
lost an entire empire. You know, he's lost all of India.
God.
Right? Because basically in the story he was the empire.
I'm going to
emperor of
throw
India.
up. I don't like this.
Save it.
Oh my God.
It's gonna get better. That's what I mean. It's gonna get better.
He, either by cajoling or by his own will, I will wage Draupadi. And wages, loses Draupadi. At which point, they're so fucking happy. Draupadi is the most beautiful woman in the universe.
Ever.
Okay?
Talking about flowing tits and ass.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
She was born of fire. She was
Oh,
literally
that's
came
vision.
out of fire. Beautiful, gorgeous, black skin. She was as black skinned as Krishna.
Nice.
Her first name actually was Krishna. And then like a lot of these characters have different names. Or multiple names. They've all had a crack at wanting her. And one thing that happened when Duryodhana was visiting the Pandavas last, and he was visiting what is their Hall of Mirrors that was made by a godly architect, which had like reflections everywhere. He thought he was stepping onto a marble floor, and he fell in because it was water, and he fell into his waist,
Silly guy.
and the Pandavas couldn't help but laugh.
It was funny.
Yeah. Yudhishthira tried to keep his cool as much as he could when this happens to it, you know. He like hit his head as well. He walked into a door because it was made of glass. And
Buddy.
one person who just couldn't hold it in or didn't hold it in was Draupadi.
Yeah.
Like there's one version that said that, "Oh look, the blind king has a blind son,"
Oh.
Oh shit.
and she really laughed, and that really fucking ticked him off.
Sure.
This pretty lady's laughing at him.
Exactly.
That's like what's the thing that we've been hearing so much lately? Men are afraid that women are going to laugh at them, and women are afraid that men are going to kill them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is this chapter.
Oh, this is where it comes from.
Neat.
Oh, good.
Glad about it.
He
Shit.
he's like, "We've got Draupadi, go get Draupadi." So he sends, I think,
She's busy.
a couple different versions. Sends his charioteer to go to Draupadi. So
She's
goes,
taking a nap.
she's, you know, she's on her period. She's just kind of minding her own business, keeping
Yeah.
away from everything. I think, so different versions, but a charioteer goes very reluctantly, not happy about this. Like, this is insane. Goes, knocks on her door.
Wait, clarifying question.
Yeah.
A charioteer who is now a slave?
No. Just one of, just someone who is who drives his
Like a taxi guy.
his chauffeur.
All right.
Yeah,
It's just
his
some dude.
chauffeur on horses. Who takes the horse.
Got it.
So goes and to get her. Right? She's like,
And she's delighted to see him.
she has no
She
idea what
can't
the
wait.
fuck is going
Yeah,
on.
she missed all of this.
Right? She is like, so,
It's not like she could watch it on, she like live stream this
Yeah.
whole thing. She doesn't know what's going on.
so she comes in. This person,
She's
the
probably
son
just
that
reading a book all night.
he comes in and is like, "Hey, I've got some news for you. this has happened. Your husband Yudhishthira gambled everything away, including himself, and then you.
And this is a stranger? This is just some
It might be someone's
how do you say it?
charioteer.
Charioteer dude? It's just
Yeah.
some dude
They,
telling her
sure.
this news?
Yeah, not anyone like. In some of the versions, I think I've seen that it's also been Vidura at some point
Okay.
as well. Like at least the better news. But so
I
she's
like that it's a stranger.
yeah,
Just like
we'll
some
go with
dude.
the stranger. So and it's a guy who's
So
not
weird.
comfortable with this. He's not comfortable
Yeah.
with this at all. But he explains it to her like this is what's happened. She's like, what the fuck is happening?
What is my life now?
Yeah, and she's like, okay, hold on. Did he lose? He bet himself first. Yudhishthira lost himself first. Because if he lost himself first, then I shouldn't even be his to gamble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So which
she's
do you
so
do
smart.
first, right?
Yep.
So guy goes back, and Duryodhana's like, "Where the fuck is she? Like, where is she? Where's my prize?" And he said, "Well, this is what she said," and just Duryodhana's like, "Just go get her. Like, it counts. Just go get her."
It counts.
He
Because I
goes,
said so.
Do it.
yeah,
Foot stomp.
he goes back.
Do it or I'm going to kill myself. Good.
Yeah,
Please.
Jeez Louise.
he goes back, and this time, there's more like back and forth about what the fuck are the rules of these kingdoms and stuff, right? And then she's like, ask the elders who are there, what if I really lost, if I really am owned by Dhritarashtra, right? Ask Bhishma, ask Drona and Kripa and the other folks, right?
Yeah.
Bhishma's like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, yeah, I'll go back.
So he goes
Cross your
back.
fingers for
This
you.
guy's getting his steps in.
Yeah.
He's rooting for her.
She's like, I'm not going back there. This
Yeah.
is stupid.
Yeah, like she will keep doing this all night, right? So she goes back and is like, well, this is what she says, and and Duryodhana's like, fuck this shit. Dusasana, I guess it's the second oldest Kaurava, who is known as brutish, kind of even monstrous, and definitely more on the savage side.
Oh, great.
So he's like, Dusasana, go get
It's going
her.
to be the muscle.
Great.
So he goes. And he's not asking questions. He's not giving her a chance. She runs from him around tables and things, but he gets her, he grabs her by the hair,
Ugh.
and he drags her back to the court. And they all see this. Like, this is all... They see that they brought her, and she's just got, like, a single garment on. And they drag her back.
Gross.
Or he drags her back. And she is fucking livid, and she is crying. And what the hell is going on? And she appeals to, like, the Pandavas. Won't even look, like, they can't stand to look at her. Because
Her husband's?
her husbands. They feel awful. But they feel like these are the laws. We can't do anything. We don't have the right to do anything.
That's insane. Because of some fucking dice?
Yep.
Some dead bone dice?
I hate it. I don't like it.
She,
I, in fact, hate it.
yeah. She appeals to the Pandavas.
Who can we burn?
Who can't do anything or not
What
doing
can we burn to the
anything.
ground?
What kind of magic does she have?
I don't know.
She doesn't.
Damn it.
Oh, that's where I
She-
thought this was
Oh,
going.
I thought she was going to explode with magic.
Yeah, I thought her period was going to be like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was her
enhance
most
it.
magical time, and she was going to
Oh.
be super powerful.
Of course. Why else would you mention it?
Exactly. That's why I assumed.
Well, that was why she wasn't
Yeah,
there to
that's
begin
true.
with.
That's why she couldn't come to the party.
Well, that is one thing she tells, like, Dusasana, like, I'm on my period. Don't bring me to the hall right now.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care. He's not listening. She appeals to everyone. She appeals to Bhishma. She's like, is this the law of the land? Is this normal? Is this the Kshatriya, the warrior king way? The honorable, noble way? What the fuck? And they, like, there's a sense that they want to be on her side, but they're like examining the laws of the land that they've always lived by. But you know, like this is also the nation where, even in the earlier chapters, where when a king, during a swayamvara, during where a woman can choose her husband, if a king comes up and grabs her, then they're married. We shouldn't like forget that this is part of
that's true.
the culture of this story. So they're looking for ways. And finally, like, it's actually, there's a younger one of the Kauravas, named Vikarna, who we haven't really heard of before. Before this. Vikarna's like, he's appalled by this. He's like, okay, I don't this is clearly not right. This clearly should not be happening. If the elders aren't going to speak, I'll speak. I'm a younger brother, whatever. This is not dharma. This is not right. This cannot be the laws of our land. It cannot be this. This is all wrong. He makes a point that, and hold on, she's married to 5 of the Pandavas. Yudhishthira gambled her away, but the others didn't.
Yeah.
So he tries going off of that. It's like, so let us consider that in this.
Yeah.
No? And they start seeing a change in some of the elders, like, oh, this might be something we can latch onto, and maybe we can step in. Karna. Karna's many things. Good friend of Duryodhana, also a powerful archer, also hates the Pandavas, allied with them, and as always has pledged his loyalty to Duryodhana. And also, during the tournament, during the Swayamvara tournament, where the winner would get to win Draupadi, which is actually how the Pandavas got Draupadi. Karna stepped up to compete, who was every bit as good an archer as Arjuna, if not better. But he is the son of a charioteer. He is not an actual king. And before he takes his arrow, like, behind him, Draupadi says, I'm not marrying a charioteer.
Oh,
and
so
he drops his arrow and doesn't compete. Wow. Like, at that point, he's like...
So she made 2 men cry.
So he chimes in. Yeah. He chimes in and is like, Vikarna, you're one of the youngest here. You don't know anything. And really, look, there are established laws of the land. We will not ignore those. One law is that it is fine for a woman to have 4 husbands. But that's the legal limit.
What? Since when?
That's new
Since
information.
when?
That was something that
that was
up
there?
in earlier stories. I believe so. Yeah.
It's pretty arbitrary.
Yeah, I agree.
We're giving each other a look. If you're wondering what that pause was, it was a real
Really?
Yeah.
hearty look.
So they're gonna get worse looks. I want to remind you
God.
too that I'm just a storyteller here.
Oh
You chose this story.
no! Duster.
Calls her a whore, calls her a slut.
Oh my God.
Like,
does?
Karna does.
Sure, that seems like him.
You know, she rejected him. And now is this chance. It's like, you married 5 people? It's absurd. It's unheard of. Like, this idea that she has rights in this way is awful.
Because he can't even get one woman.
He's slut-shaming her.
Yeah, he is.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
100% slut-shaming her.
Oh.
They have no
kind of.
rights or anything. Fuck all this stuff. Duryodhana is... So, yeah, like, you have no rights, Draupadi. And your husbands can't do anything. They're not even doing anything. Right? There's nothing they can do. Here. And he, like, reveals his pant leg. And he's like, come here. Come sit on my thigh.
Ew! What?
Ew, he lifted his pant leg up
Yeah.
so she could sit on his naked thigh.
Yes.
Gross. Fucking why?
And she's
that a
only
thing?
wearing one little bit of clothing.
She's only wearing the one piece of clothing.
Yuck.
And Beam, big strong Beam at this point is like, I will break that fucking thigh whenever I have a chance. He
should do it now.
fuming.
He should do it now.
He almost does. And he hates Yudhishthira at this point. He's like, I will burn Yudhishthira's hands. And Arjuna actually stops him because he's like, look, they've taken everything else away from us. If we divide ourselves now, then we've really, truly lost.
Sure.
They
Fine.
keep going, and, you know, she refuses. She doesn't move. She doesn't go step
Good.
on his thigh.
Yeah.
And they're like, these are our slaves. Like, how could they have rights like this? Take away their clothes.
What?
So they go up towards the Pandavas. And the Pandavas
no.
just disrobe. Like, they're like, we're not going to deal. They take off their... they take off all their clothes.
I mean, I guess at this point, good for them.
Sure? Why? I don't think so.
Because why fight it if you're already so...
They're slaves.
I guess
If you're so...
if they're already so passive about it,
Exactly.
This is-
I guess just
What's the
go
point?
ahead, be your naked
we
slave
have
self.
been lost in a game of die by the laws of whatever.
Might as well get naked.
So they strip
Oh,
down,
that's probably not for fun.
and Duryodhana approaches Draupadi, who's just wearing the one thing, and starts pulling on her clothes. No, and then she, like, it's horrific for her, right? Praise to Krishna. Duryodhana rips off her clothes, rips off her clothes, rips off her clothes,
She was just wearing the one thing.
keeps ripping off her clothes. And
But-
it's forming a pile.
Oh.
She prayed to Krishna.
Oh,
So, though Krishna is not physically there, he is able to help her in this way.
Well, that's not nothing.
that's not
And to
nothing at all.
keep her-
That's cool.
Clothed
Yeah.
as well. There's a couple, like, different earlier stories where Krishna needed, like, a piece of cloth, and so Draupadi, like, ripped off a piece of cloth. In the last episode, he had, like, the disc, and so there's one version where he has a disc that he threw and he cut himself a little bit, and she ripped off a piece of cloth and gave him that cover, and so she's like, if you ever need some cloth, let me know.
Wow, that really worked out for her.
It really
Yeah,
did.
I do have a side note at the end of this, but
Okay.
so
At least there's
keeps
that.
ripping off, and it's actually multicolored clothes at this point.
Neat.
What a cool visual.
Yeah. And Beam loses it first. Like, Beam is like, I will break your fucking thigh. I will drink your blood, Duryodhana. I will tear
Okay.
your heart out
All right.
when I can, and I will drink your blood.
Ugh.
And Dhritarashtra, King Dhritarashtra, seeing this happening, hearing about this happening,
Experiencing this happening.
this thing that they're taking off her clothes, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I'm sure she's screaming and...
Yeah, but at least there's, like, some people, like, she must be knowing that none of my clothes are coming off.
Yeah.
He's like, oh God. Oh fucking God. Okay. Like, Bhagawan is, like, helping her. Okay. We need to stop this. We need to stop all of this. And he does. He stops it all.
Finally.
He's like, fuck. Okay, stop. Please. Calls up Draupadi, and he says to Draupadi, so sorry, please forgive. Please forgive my son. Please forgive everything. I offer you 2 boons. I offer you 2 wishes. What do you want? What do you want? No, I offer you a boon. I offer you a wish. What is it that you want? And she says, let my husband be free.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
good.
he's like, done. Husbands are free. What else do you want? I'll give you another boon. What do you want?
Okay.
And she says, let them have the kingdom back.
Yeah.
Let them have the entire kingdom back. And he's like, done. You
Okay.
guys all, you have all the kingdom back. Okay. What else? Do you want something for yourself? 3rd boon. Do you want something else for yourself? And she says, I will not be greedy. 2 is enough. Which is intriguing to me. That she doesn't
wow.
take him up on a 3rd boon.
I don't think so. I think she's demonstrating that she's above all this bullshit
Yeah.
that she just experienced. And she's just happy to have... Now, another clarifying question, though.
Yeah.
When she gets the entire kingdom back, is that all of the things that they had?
Yeah.
The slaves and the
Does that
I
include her?
believe
and
so.
the chariots and all the things.
Yes.
It includes her.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it doesn't.
Right,
do
this
that.
isn't like
That's what I was
a
thinking,
genie
like-
situation where the wording is what's going to come back
Well,
and
that's
bite
what
her
I
in the
was
ass.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like, because in no
Um,
way did she say, I would like to not
That's
be a
true.
slave.
I think it's. I believe it. Let's just say for the first wish, it was I would let me and my husbands go free.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
Great.
that.
Okay.
Great.
And yeah, so she doesn't take him up on the third wish, which for me is like, oh, that means you don't have to let go of all your hate.
Oh, interesting.
'Cause she's-
That's one way to think
You
about
know,
it. Can she come back for that third one later?
no,
Or is this a one-time only?
it's this is happening in the moment. Like
Okay.
I offer you the boon now, and she's like, I will not take the boon. Just let us. Just let
So he's
this
just like,
all
all right,
go."
you've tried to rip off her clothes like 100 times. That's enough.
So
Let's just call this done.
here's what I find interesting about. I'll mention this now. Is that
Oh my god.
the Mahabharata has gone through many, like it's been written and retold and retold and retold. There are versions of the story where before Krishna. So there are stories of the Mahabharata where there is no Krishna involved. Krishna only comes in as a concept and then becomes part of the Mahabharata later.
Okay.
It kind of gets folded in. So in my mind, there was, I mean, it's all fiction, it's all different variances, but in my mind, there's a version of this tale where there was no Krishna to help her.
Yeah.
So maybe it was that, maybe they did disrobe her, and maybe that is what turned Dhritarashtra.
Sure.
No? Maybe that. And it kind of makes
Yeah.
sense with the anger that, because you could, she's angry after this for a
course.
while, you know, and you could kind of argue with if she wasn't taken all the way down, that she wouldn't be that angry.
What? Why would you
I
argue that ever?
couldn't argue that at all.
You could
But
never
if it-
argue that.
But if it did happen, there's even more reason for all her rage afterwards.
I mean, I feel like the longer that it happened, like the continuing of ripping off, even if the clothes weren't coming off, that action, no.
Yeah. She did feel like, in the story, she feels at least the gratitude and love and like she's one with Krishna in this sense. At least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, everything has been returned. Duryodhana is... Another version of the story is that the women finally had say over Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra's wife, Gandhari, though also blind, was like, this is, like, what are you doing to this poor woman? And that's what made
Yeah.
him kind of, finally...
The women were the knowing voices
Yeah.
that they finally were listened to.
Yeah.
I like that. But it took a while.
Took way long.
Indeed.
Yeah. So they get everything back. And now they're going on their way back to Indraprastha. Supremely shamed, of course. Like,
Oh.
like this is so...
Yeah.
And Duryodhana, of course, is not fucking happy.
But I
I
won!
had everything.
I won!
I had
I'm going to kill myself.
everything. Yes.
I'm gonna stab myself
Goes
with
to
my
his
die.
dad and does the same act. He's like, what did you do? All you had to do was do nothing. Had everything of theirs. Every single thing. We left them for nothing. They were our slaves. Why the fuck did you get in the way? His mother at this point is like, no, this like... She's like, maybe we should have killed you as a kid. Like,
I was
this
just gonna
is
say that.
ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have brought on such evil. The curses from each of the Pandavas that you called upon right now, the way you have gone against Dharma, this will come back at us somehow. Like, you have destroyed us. And in some versions of the story, there are people having omens of what is to come in the future as well. But Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, gives in to Duryodhana. Duryodhana says, call them back for one more game. Just, you gave them everything back that I had.
No.
Call them back for one more game of dice.
For what?
For the kingdoms, and then
No.
whoever loses...
Who's gonna come back? That's insane.
Right, who would come back? Whoever loses... Well, but he still tries. He's like, whoever loses that family needs to go be travelers, like lose their kingdoms for 12 years.
There's 12 years
12
again.
fucking years.
And then on the 13th year, be hidden from sight. So we cannot be able to find you. Like, let's do that. Let's do that.
No,
instead.
thank you. No,
No-
thank you.
No one
That's
wants to play with
insane.
you. You're a table flipper. Nobody wants to play with you.
Also,
All right?
your games suck. Your
You're-
rules suck.
No,
We're done with this.
Bullshit.
Let's just...
No!
Have you guys heard of Monopoly? There's this new game.
There's a new, like, add-on to it. I heard an ad for it.
What a terrible idea.
So he sends
is
supremely
so
terrible idea.
stupid.
All right.
As the Pandavas are leaving, they go and like I forget even who goes, but someone goes like, "Hey, like
Some poor.
Dhritarashtra's called you back
Some chauffeur.
for one more game of dice." And
And
he
they
says
laugh
yes.
in his.
No!
Okay.
No,
Fuck
he
these
has
guys.
an addiction. This man has an addiction, and it's not right.
This could
and
be
his
the
brothers
one.
need to
No,
drag
no,
him
no.
away.
This
His
could be the
brothers
one.
need to drag him away. They need to punch him in the face
The
out of
brother-
love, knock him out so he can't say yes anymore.
The brothers make a fuss.
I'm very itchy
Draupadi
right
makes
now.
a fuss. But the king has asked me to come back. I can't ever not do that.
What is the point of...
Or I have a gambling addiction. Or I know that the gods will serve us this time.
No!
They sure won't.
And so he goes back. Well, wait a second.
Okay.
Believe in Dharma.
All
Believe
right.
in the justice.
I am channeling the Dharma. I am channeling the belief that this is not fucking bullshit.
He goes back for the one game of die, and now everything. Okay, whoever loses this, whatever. What was the thing again? 12 years in the forest.
13th
and then the
year,
13th.
then you're invisible.
13th, you can't find you.
Just for a
the deal.
year?
Yeah, for the 13th year.
Just for 1 year?
I would actually really
Yeah.
love that.
That sounds great.
But can it be the first year instead of the 13th year?
Yeah.
I just want to do that.
That sounds really good.
Anyway.
So they play, and Yudhishthira goes first.
Did they change the die?
Yeah, some condition has to change.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything's the fucking same. Because his dice are loaded.
Yeah.
They can't prove that.
Yes, they can!
Yes,
Yudhishthira rolls the die, and he gets the highest score.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah, well.
And then Shakuni
Yeah.
rolls his die, also gets the highest score.
So they tied.
They tied. So they have to roll again.
Okay.
So the Yudhishthira rolls again
Oh.
and get the second to best highest score. So let's say it's 2 die, gets his 11.
Okay.
Shakuni rolls. I have 1. Gets the 12. Takes everything. You were right. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I was mentally prepared for it.
And that's an interesting thing too. Even the Pandavas were like, "We're going to lose. Like, we know we're going to
No
lose."
condition changed.
Yeah, nothing
Nothing
changed.
changed. Why?
The Pandavas' clothes are taken from them. They're given like deer skins.
Neat.
And
It's fashionable.
yeah,
What
they
does Draupadi get? Does she get deer
probably
deer
something
skins?
similar.
It's kind of sexy.
Um,
They probably all look pretty good in their deer skins. But I don't like
Draupadi.
this.
Cold comfort.
I know.
Draupadi,
Actually, they'd probably
You
be
know.
warm.
black skin, totally black skin, now
Yeah.
has red eyes because she's been crying
Of
and
course.
weeping
Got it.
all this time, and her hair was like,
Fucked
pulled
up.
and thing.
She was dragged by her hair.
Yeah, she leaves it as it is.
Good.
She will tie her hair after it is soaked in the blood of Duryodhana. She makes a vow. I will, like, my hair will always be like this. And she looks like what is known as a Vitali, which is kind of like a demonic figure in Hinduism mythology. And she's like, I will only tie my hair once it has soaked up the blood of Duryodhana. And as the 5 Pandavas leave, it is said that Yudhishthira covers his eyes because I guess with all of this emotion and power and things that he could have cursed all of Hastinapur just with his eyesight.
Wow.
So he has his eyes covered. Beam is just showing off his muscles, pounding. He will kill Duryodhana by breaking his thigh. He will eat the heart, or he will tear out the heart and drink the blood of Duryodhana.
You need to save some of that, though, for Draupadi. She's gonna bathe her hair in that.
Yep.
Save a little blood.
He's a fairly, I don't think he needs to do it all.
Yeah. That's all. Just save some. That's all.
Arjuna, I'll save Arjuna for that. One of the sons, Nakula, who's like who's said to be one of the most handsome, I guess he covers his face in mud,
Oh.
Cool.
so that no women will follow him.
Good.
Uh,
You get no benefits from this family. It's all off,
Yeah.
off.
The table?
Yes?
Limits?
Limits.
Yeah.
It's all off limits.
Yeah,
There.
they're going through all like the kingdom, and so he doesn't want any women coming after him.
Sure.
Because
Fair.
beforehand, when this is not as bad as this, when they were sent off to Indraprastha, like some people wanted to come with them, and some people came with them. This time it's like, we're going to the forest. You cannot
can't
come with
come.
us. Kunti, their mother, stays. Like they embrace, but she stays
Sure.
under the care of Vidura.
Okay.
The other son, Sahadeva, he paints his face black, just out of shame. Arjuna, the greatest archer, and you remember Bhishma's arrowatic feats, right? Mm-hmm. Arjuna is said to be as good, if not better, than him. He's this year. He grabs like a handful of sand and like sprinkles it on the way out, meant to be a metaphor for all the arrows that one day will rain down on Hastinapur.
Shit. Hell yeah.
And so they leave and Draupadi goes with them. What is interesting, there's no mention, because they actually have other wives as well. Mm-hmm. But it's just these 6 who leave. Mm-hmm. 12 years. 12 years in the woods, or in the jungle, forest. Mm-hmm. That was the deal. There's also said to be, there is a minstrel / sage / son of a god named Narada who will come in and out of this story. And he appears to Dhritarashtra, or to the whole council. And I was like, this is the beginning of the end. Mm-hmm. This is the end of the Kshatriya kingdom. Of all Kshatriyas. And that's like one of the things about this story is that, sure, it's probably time for the Kshatriya clan of this age to end, to have allowed this fucking travesty to happen. To have allowed that to happen when everyone stood side where the elders were. Yeah,
they don't need to be no more.
Yeah, the laws of this whole innate, like, maybe it is time for that to.
Yeah.
But.
And you can start by burning those motherfucking dice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the dice.
What happens to
They're
those?
the crux of the problem.
What happens to those dice?
Yeah, he's not getting rid of them.
Okay, well,
They still exist today.
Mm-hmm.
They probably
And
do
now
exist
do
today.
keep in mind, like,
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
his.
So,
They ever been found?
holy relic.
Yeah, seriously, have those die ever been found?
I haven't done the research.
Anybody claimed that they had them?
Probably. It's
That'd
been a
be
long time.
cool.
Yeah. And keep in mind as well
It's
that
in
that
somebody's
was
closet
his
somewhere.
goal, is this ending as well.
Yeah.
Because his family. And again, that's a story that may have come in later, but whatever. Like, we'll live with the fact that this idea of his father and brothers dying in the cave or dying in imprisonment. But
Yeah.
so this is his way to do his vendetta against these clans.
So then are they then in charge? They have taken over the entirety of the kingdom now then?
I believe so. As we get further, I'll double check that. But
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely lost in the Prashta, their own kingdom.
Yeah.
But he was emperor. He was for a day.
Right. Oh my god. Emperor for a day.
Yeah.
Is their 12-year situation, is that a whole story unto itself, or is that just... And then
It
they
is,
walked off into the distance.
It is multiple stories. It is like the next, like,
So we'll
more,
pick up there.
Yeah. There's entire bunch of stories in
So-
this 12 years and 13th year before.
So you
the
do
end of
get
it.
to... Because my interest really lies in that 13th year. I was wondering.
Yeah.
But if it's a part of another story that you're going to tell, then I'll just wait.
We're only a third of the way into the Mahabharata.
So there's a long way to go still.
So these 12 and 13 years are a big part of,
Got it.
yeah, what happens then. And all the things that happen then.
I gotta tell you, I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
I am stressed. And I think they're gonna be totally fine in the jungle. But what's happening to their kingdoms? Like, are they gonna get ruined? Are they gonna take care of their people?
Yeah, I mean, I have some idea of the character of these people. So it doesn't seem like the kingdom is in good hands.
There's 100 of them.
that was partly why.
And we found one nice one in there.
Yeah.
There's got to be a
Technically,
couple other
yeah.
ones.
There's like 2.
That doesn't
There's only
mean
2?
much.
That
You
I
know
know
this
of
for
so far.
sure?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
And there are, like, again, some versions of the story, like, we want to go with you. Like, we've seen what just happened. We know what just happened. We don't trust these guys as our kings. Can we come with you and...
Start another nation? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they can't.
No, not this time.
No, not this time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to hear what happens next. I am so stressed out.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do with myself right now?
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Look of...
Ultimate sorrow.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I feel there are going to be many listeners feeling the same way,
Pile
too.
of clothes.
Listen, yeah, that's quite a visual.
Yeah.
This is a very comparative literature question, but is there any evidence that women have been removed from these stories that they were, for example, in the Bible, and that we have once upon a time were different interpretations of these stories where the women played different roles? This is hopeful thinking on my part.
Yeah.
That in some version of the multiverse, she had a little more agency,
Yeah, I don't know.
and things went differently.
In this part, seems like this happened in every version. I would say this much happens in every version.
Okay.
And from my interpretation of it, it's to justify the reason why all of this needs to end. This is why this happened.
That makes sense.
Right? Like, this
So it's
is...
kind of a
Something
key
horrifying
is-
had to happen
Yeah. This...
to wind down the
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And again, it's still, like, only a third in. But,
So what do they call it on the... It's like a key thing on a timeline. You can't... It's a fixed point on this timeline.
I would say it's
It's a fixed point
In
on
the-
all timelines.
in the multiverse of the story.
Yeah.
Again, like, I would say more so now, like, the Krishna coming in to help her
Yeah.
is very much a part of the story. I think, like, any telling of it has that. But, like I said, like, other books I've read talk about how there wasn't always. And as for me, again, like, so I've read this multiple times, but now I'm, like, really reading it, right, for this podcast.
Yeah.
But so for my earlier readings of it, like, yeah, like, she's furious, she's angry, she takes this vow that she will not, tie her hair up until, so that extreme fury and anger to me is like, yeah, like, how different is it that Krishna did intervene for her character, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, so
It just added a little more magic to it. It just added a little more
yeah,
magic
and
to
a
it.
little bit of a
And a little less, slightly less horror. You know?
yeah,
I say slightly, though, because the quantity of times that they must have ripped, like, the repetitive ripping off of clothing
I've seen
For there to
versions.
be
in
a pile.
public.
Yeah.
So there's a pile.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're not exposed,
And I mean,
that,
also, like,
that
That's still
action
assault.
yeah,
is assault. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
assault would never go away in
Yeah.
your head.
yeah,
Never. It's horrible.
yeah. I've had versions where, like, she's, like, spinning because he's, like, ripping it off so fast.
Well, that's just comical. whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
That's
maybe
the funny
not the
version?
Comical violence.
Yeah, of course. Like Bugs Bunny. Everything's violent in Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
See, the Bugs Bunny version of this would be that.
Yeah.
And we'd all laugh at it. And we'd have a full orchestra playing behind.
We would have
Maybe not
laughed at
this
it
one.
when we were 10.
Maybe.
I don't know if I would find that particularly
Yeah.
funny now.
No, a
Yeah.
lot of it's not funny now. No. It's all very terrible and
Yeah.
violent.
On
The
that
music's great, though.
on that note, terrible and violence.
Oh,
we can end it here.
Oh, okay.
So-
We want to end the
Terrible-
terrible and
Terrible
violent.
and violent.
That's
The
what it was.
end.
That's what it was this time, listeners.
Oh, woo!
Have an imaginative day, listeners. Sorry for everything.
No, we're not ending like that.
That's terrible.
We're not ending like that. We can't. It's horrible. Try again. Do better.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Not Your Mother's Mahabharat. Please like and subscribe to the podcast so that you don't miss our next episode. My name is Satish Jayaraj, and I am your storyteller and researcher. My wife and co-host is Azure Anderson. Azure also wrote the theme music, she did all the editing and producing, and essentially did all the work to get this podcast to you. Without her, it would just be me swearing ancient stories to friends in our living room. Join us next time for the next installment of Not Your Mother's Mahabharat.
If you want to support the podcast and hear additional content, you can do so by becoming a member of the podcast on Patreon at patreon.com/NYMM podcast. We would like to thank our current patrons, Dinosaur Sauce, Errol the Hamster, and Praveen Prem Kumar for their support. Thank you. Have an imaginative day.